And they are the Black Angus Filet Medallions, or sometimes known as a petite filet. What you need to know is this is not the cubes, this is not the ends or the tips. This is the same center cut filet mignon. It's just in smaller sizes, so the 2 ounce instead of usually the 5 ounce. Now this is the same, but it's more affordable. Really, if you look at it, so much less in price per pound. So, a faster, easier, more affordable way to have filet mignon for a special occasion, or just because you're trying to get some high quality protein into your diet. M81501 is your item number. Now we are a little limited. In the 10 count, we have 350. And then you can stock up and save $35 on the 20 count. So instead of buying 2 of the 10 count, we're gonna save you $35. But we only have 200. Auto delivery is available. So number 1, you lock in the sale price when you lock into auto delivery. Number 2, you make sure that you get them sent to you every 90 days for a year. They are individually vacuum sealed, will last in the freezer for up to a year. So this is great for portion control, but it's also great to be able to afford filet mignon. Thank you very much, Ray Rastelli. So let's start here at the butcher block, because you have to understand this is the same as the big 5 ounces that you sell.
That's exactly right, Terry. And this is what I love about these medallions, is it's the same exact piece of filet mignon. So if you love the center cut filet mignon, the 5 ounces that we bring to QVC, this is the same exact piece of meat. So this is a whole tenderloin of beef that we have aged for 28 days. And then of course we take the tips and the tails off of this. And here's our big giant center cut that you get. Here's the medallions. Same exact piece of meat, a little bit further down. But what you get here, unfortunately, we only get 2 off of every tenderloin of beef. So these become very, very limited. We only have a certain amount to be able to bring each time we bring them here. And that is what makes it limited. But for me, I will tell you, I love the 2 ounce petite filet mignon because it's simple, it's fast, it's easy, it's quick, and it's every bit as tender and juicy, and I don't need a knife. I just can use a fork to cut through it.
And
right?
that's, okay, 10 count is going very quickly. 200 remain in the 10 count. I'll say this like I did with the very rare culotte steaks. Or one time only, by the way. Do we have any of those left? I don't know. Because the 8 count sold out. So if the 10 count sells out here, call your neighbor and just say, let's get the 10 count. You're stocking up and saving $35 anyway, so you might as well do the 20 count. Okay, that's a filet mignon.
That's a filet mignon. You'll notice there is no fat. There is just juicy, tender, beautiful, velvety texture. We all know the filet mignon is by far the most tender piece of meat on the steer. And of course, it's gonna be packed with beautiful tenderness inside here. But you see the juices that are in there? That's because the marbling that's inside of that tenderloin is what melts when you cook it, right? And I'm gonna give you, here, I'll cut you a piece right here, Tara.
Okay.
For you to taste. And of course, there's our seasoning as well. Seasoning is gonna come with it, and you know how—
The seasoning is the best.
Yes, yeah. Now, I always recommend taking these steaks out and thawing them. Isn't that just right? It's just like—
Okay, well, that's obviously my favorite.
But this steak, because it's just the perfect size, if you want to cook this one from frozen, you can do that. In fact,
Really?
we did something really special for our QVC guest. Our
Okay,
QVC.
wait. Let's just take a moment.
Okay.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but that is the best steak. This is the same as the big 5 ouncers. There, you only get 2, but it's a more affordable way to have filet mignon. And filet mignon is, you know, it's more expensive.
Yep.
Because there's not a lot there. Okay, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but that was
in
so
fact,
good.
I think that's wonderful, because when you get that aha moment, right, and it's because it's tender and it's juicy and it's flavorful. But our guests at QVC kind of said, Ray, we love the medallions. We love the petite tenders. Can we do them individually instead of doubles? So we did that for you at home now.
Oh, thank
and
you.
the reason I did that is because some of our guests like to cook these from frozen. So because it's the right thickness, it's the right size, you can now just take this right out of your freezer as it is. Just drop it in your skillet, drop that seasoning right on top, flip it over in about 4 minutes.
Okay.
And you're done. You've got
And
the
you're
most
done.
incredible filet mignon right from freezer to plate in a total of about 7 minutes. Wow. That easy.
Okay, what are some other ideas of meals, or are there other ways to cook, or is that just the best way to do it?
Well,
in a skillet?
because of the size, I love using the skillet because it's simple, it's fast. But what you're going to notice, because it's a filet mignon, anything you do with it, it's going to be incredibly tender. So maybe you want to put it over top of,
Ooh, that looks good. Like a pita
pita type bread, or even a pizza.
some arugula. There's
so
like
many
a
things.
balsamic glaze there. That looks delicious.
Think about that. Think about that mozzarella and tomato salad with
now that's
tenderloin
decadent.
of beef on there. I mean, that's a meal. That's a meal for probably 4, 5, 6 people.
Right.
You know, I've used 3 of these beautiful 2-ounce filet mignon medallions now.
And so nice if you're trying to do trying to get more protein into your diet, which so many of us are. Like we don't get enough protein, and this is a nice, easy way to do that because they're in the 2-ounce. You know, so maybe you just do one of these on a salad for a lunch or something like that. When it tastes this good, you want to make those better choices. You know what I mean? Kebabs, that would be fantastic.
Yes, you know, and typically when you put a steak on something like a kebab or on a salad, unless you've got a really, really high quality steak, they tend to get chewy. I promise you that this filet mignon is going to be so tender that you're going to be able to do what I did. Look at this. I'm right through the size of this filet mignon. You can see it's a petite filet mignon, but watch, I'm not even going to use a knife to go through it. I'm just going to use my fork to go right through the very center of that filet mignon. Look at how simple that. Now, you can't do that with a filet mignon that's not aged, that's not Black Angus, that's not from farmers that I've trusted for 45 years. And as a butcher, my job is to make sure when you come to my butcher counter, I give you the best to take home. And that's so, so important.
All right, we have fewer than 200 remaining. You can either do 10, where you'll get one of the packs, the seasoning packs, or you can do 20. Now, if you do the 20, we're doubling what you get, but we're not doubling the price. In fact, you'll save $35. You can lock in that sale price with auto delivery, and every 90 days for a year, you'll either get the 10 or the 20. Now, in the 10 count, we have 140 remaining, most popular. And in the 20 count, just a couple dozen. So if you really want to do that stock up and save, that one is going more quickly, but we do have the auto delivery. So I highly recommend. You can always skip an auto delivery, but you can't come back and get in on the deal once it is gone. And this is a fabulous opportunity to not only have a faster and easier way to cook filet mignon. These are the 2 pieces, only 2 pieces from that tenderloin are on either side of the larger filet. It's the same cut. It's just a little bit thinner and just on either side.
That's
and
it.
Not many, you don't get many.
No, and that's why.
So for less expensive, you know?
That's why that you can have filet every day.
Yeah.
Right. So I recommend the 16, and the reason I recommend it is because once you start eating this, you're just going to wish you had more. And of course, the auto delivery. One of the reasons we can't bring this very, very often is because so many people have this on auto delivery. I have to fill those orders.
Oh yeah,
right?
the ones
really
that got
important.
on auto delivery last month or the month before.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Last call now in the 20 count. You heard right. And then fewer than 100 in the 10. Either way, you get on that auto delivery. Quick reminder on our spring rolls. More than half of our quantity